Hello, in this lesson we will be covering all the plugins you need for After Effects in order to make your editing as fast as possible. Okay, so first, here we are in After Effects. Before I get into anything, let me just explain why we need plugins for After Effects first. Alright, so we know in Premiere Pro, if we want to animate a slide in, a slide out, we can just drag and drop a preset. However, in After Effects, this isn't possible. So people have designed plugins in order to replicate the same experience you would get with presets in Premiere Pro. So I have an emoji here. Let's first animate it as if we didn't have any plugins. So it's going to be a very slow process without plugins. All right, let's just animate it. So this is what we normally do. We create the keyframes, F9 for easy ease. And if you want more customizability, you go into the graphs. You have to select it all, toggle speed graph, and then make the curves like this. And there you have an animation. I'll just drag it out a bit more so you can see. Okay, so that took a long time. And when we're creating a 3D style video, we need to animate over and over again. So it takes a really, really long time for us to animate everything if we need to go and manually edit it every single time. But now I'm going to show you the first plugin that we're going to use a lot when it comes to 3D editing, and that is the Flow plugin. So this is the Flow plugin right here. It basically allows us to make graphs without going into the graph editor, and I find it really handy because you can just create your graph up here, which is so much easier, and click apply. I'm gonna show you an example of how much faster it is with Flow. All right, so same animation. And with Flow, apply, and it's much smoother and it was so much faster. So that's the first plugin. It's the Flow plugin, and I believe everyone should get it. I think it costs somewhere around $20 or so, but it is 100% worth it if you want to edit it faster using After Effects. Now, the second plugin I'm going to talk about, I'm not going to talk about KeyFast. It's all right in my opinion, but you don't need it. I'm going to talk about Easy Tools. So what Easy Tools allows us to do is basically create layers really fast. All right, so normally if we wanted to create, let's say a 3D camera, what do we need to do? Right click, new, camera, 3D camera, okay, and then okay again. That took quite a long time. I know it didn't take that long, but we can do it a lot faster. So let's see how fast we can do it with Easy Tools. All right, 3D camera, okay. All right, you want a solid layer, shape layer, null object, adjustment layer. You can even create a light. So it's just so much faster with the Easy Tools plugin. And the best thing about Easy Tools is it's 100% free, so you can get it for free. And another thing you can do with Easy Tools is change the anchor point. You can make it anywhere you want, and it's just so much better this way than to manually adjust the anchor point. You can just click it, and it's just so much easier. So I would highly recommend Easy Tools simply because it's free and it just speeds up your editing just by that little bit, which compounds over time. All right. The next plugin I'm going to talk about is called FX Console, and you can't see it here, but the way you use FX Console is use Control Spacebar, and it opens this little search bar. And you might be wondering, what does this do? Well, it basically allows us to search up effects within After Effects. So if I wanted deep glow, for example, I can search it up. If I wanted, let's say, typewriter, the typewriter effect, I can just type it up and I can drag it on. And sorry. All right, so say I want the typewriter effect. I can't use it because this is an image layer, sorry. Let's say I want the VR glow effect. Just drag it, click it rather, and it just gets applied. And that's just so much faster than going like this. You have to go into here and then type it up and then drag it. With FX Console, it's just so much faster, so much easier. And FX Console as well is also free, so I highly recommend getting it. It just speeds up your editing process so much faster, especially, all right, let's say vignette. There we go, easy, deep glow, boom. Okay, that looks really bad, but doesn't matter. Let's add some noise as well. Why not add chromatic aberrations while we're at it? See, in just a few seconds, I added like for effects, and it's just so much better that way. All right, now the next plugin, I sort of just mentioned it while I was explaining FX Console, and it's Deep Glow. And the way I'm going to explain Deep Glow is I'm going to first just delete this actually and create a text layer. So let's just type Deep Glow, and I'm going to use the anchor point repositioning here and send it to the middle. And to demonstrate Deep Glow, I'm going to make this purple. What the hell? Okay. Anyways, all right. So this is now purple, and what Deep Glow does is it's just a much cleaner glow when compared to VR Glow, which I know you guys probably use at the moment. So I'm just going to create 2 layers. One, I'm going to use VR Glow. One, I'm going to use Deep Glow. All right. So this one, I'm going to use VR Glow. So FX Console, you can't use FX Console on text. Actually, it's kind of weird. VR Glow. Let's drag it on. And firstly, you need to adjust it yourself. VR Glow. Yeah, use tint color. Sorry, I've got to change this as well. Yeah, you see it takes a long time as well. Use tint color. There's this weird box. It's just really weird. Turn down the radius, and looks really bad. That looks really, really bad. But let's see what Deep Glow does. So Deep Glow. Drag, drop. And immediately, you can tell the difference right away. I don't even need to explain it. Look how much better this looks when compared to that. That is crap. This is amazing. It looks so much better. It's probably my favorite plugin in After Effects just because it looks so good, looks so clean, and just makes all of your glows look so much better. So that's Deep Glow for you. And now, actually, I don't want to delete that. One final plugin is Animation Composer. You guys probably all use Premiere Horse and Premiere Pro, and Animation Composer is the After Effects version of it. And it also has some customizability options, such as these. This is the main reason I use it, just because I can create text animations really quickly. So I'm going to show you an example right now. This is one of my favorite ones, the overshoot position. I only want it to animate in, so I'm going to click that. And now I have a text animation. All right. There we go. So that's why I recommend Animation Composer. You can make really clean text animations especially, and I just like it overall. So definitely go ahead and check these presets out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to link all of these presets below so you can either download them for free or purchase them yourselves. If you have any issues with this, just message me, but these are the best plugins for After Effects. And if you have any installation issues, just give it a search on YouTube. There are a bunch of tutorials out there which can help you much better than I can. So these are the plugins you should be using to edit as fast as possible on After Effects. Download these plugins and move on to the next lesson.